Between 2011 and 2013, China poured more concrete than the United States used during the entire 20th century. That explosive industrial ambition ultimately gave rise to the Hong Kong-Zhuhai Macau Bridge, the longest sea crossing on Earth. Looking at this map, you can trace the exact 55-kilometer route it carves across the Pearl River Delta, physically linking three massive, distinct economic hubs. To put that distance in perspective, it is exactly 20 times longer than the Golden Gate Bridge. Building a highway across this specific stretch of sea meant surviving a direct confrontation with one of the most hostile natural environments on the planet. The South China Sea is relentlessly brutal. This specific stretch of water is battered by constant hurricane-force winds from super typhoons and sits directly above fault lines capable of producing magnitude 8 earthquakes. Yet the economic reality of the region demanded a connection. Before construction, millions of commuters faced an agonizing 5-hour and 45-minute drive to travel between these cities. Faced with those conditions, engineers had a choice: abandon the project to the sea, or completely rethink how an ocean structure could be built. Defeating the ocean starts with sheer mass. The bridge's skeleton requires 420,000 tons of steel plate, enough to construct 60 Eiffel Towers. Workers poured 1 million tons of concrete to form the roadway and deep-sea foundation pillars, a volume equivalent to 8 Burj Khalifas. To keep that mass standing, the structure relies on advanced aerodynamics. The shape of the bridge naturally channels and deflects winds reaching up to 340 kilometers per hour. And underneath the roadway, specialized seismic isolators sit inside the massive columns, designed to absorb and dissipate the shockwaves of an 8.0 magnitude earthquake before they can shatter the concrete. Developing and deploying these highly customized structural defenses drove the final price tag up to nearly $18.8 billion. But despite spending billions to fortify the columns against wind and seismic shock, engineers quickly realized their greatest obstacle wasn't in the sky. To complete the route, they had to go underwater. The waters near Hong Kong International Airport are among the busiest shipping lanes on Earth. A massive surface bridge here would permanently block the global cargo fleet. Here is the radical solution: a 6.7-kilometer tunnel, diving 45 meters beneath the ocean floor, allowing colossal cargo ships to pass overhead. Building it required manufacturing enormous rectangular tube segments, weighing 80,000 tons, and lowering them into a seabed trench. Down in the dark, heavy underwater currents constantly pushed against the colossal concrete tubes, making perfect alignment a daily battle for the dive teams. To safely transition vehicles from the open-air highway down into the submerged abyss, workers raised 2 monumental artificial islands directly out of the deep water. These solid landmasses anchor the submerged tubes to the surface world, holding the entire highway system steady in a violently active ocean. From the first poured column to the public opening in 2018, the construction took 9 exhausting years. The payoff is immediate. That grueling, nearly 6-hour coastal commute has been completely erased, replaced by a smooth 45-minute drive straight across the water. Millions of people and billions of dollars in daily trade are now tightly linked into a single high-speed economic loop. It is a logistical feat so massive that British newspaper The Guardian recognized it as one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. 55 kilometers of reinforced steel and concrete stretching over the horizon, proving that precise engineering can conquer the most hostile divides on the planet.